So today we're gonna tell you some stories from our university life. And if this is your first time on this channel, my name is Maria and this is my friend Thomas, who is my flatmate and also studies at university with me. So I actually get asked the question all the time what I study at uni, and I don't really want to reveal it until after I finish, but basically we study digital media. A lot of what we do involves coding, involves design, animation.
It's pretty much all the media you can think of is like TV, filming, animating, games,
yeah,
websites.
A bunch of stuff. We do a bunch of stuff. So we thought we'd tell you some stories, not specifically related to the subject, but I thought I'd mention the subject anyway. We're gonna go telling us stories about our worst experiences. People from this video are gonna get the impression that we're like terrible students. We're not that bad.
No, we're not bad.
My worst moment, well, I had multiple. Let's start with that, to be honest. Reputation goes a long way.
Oh yeah.
Like really.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Because in the first year, I attended all of the lectures. I was like the perfect student. I got the best grades for all of the courseworks. I was very involved. All of my tutors knew who I was and like, it was great. First coursework of year 2, I think one of the subjects, oh no, it was actually one of the last courseworks of year 1. So it was the same year. I left it until the very last minute and it was, I think it was the one with the website where we had to create a website for something.
Yeah.
I left it for the very last moment and I did the most basic thing I could think of and I made it look as pretty as I could. I got like 90 something and the lecturer in the review wrote that like, oh, this is so good, like I can see how much time you put into this. I'm like,
yeah.
So yeah, reputation definitely goes a long way. Like they expected good things from me, I did something average and he saw it as something amazing.
I mean, same happened to me third year, which is very strange because I wasn't that great of a student and I didn't have such a great reputation, but my tutor kind of saw that I'm doing stuff in a classroom while everyone is just waiting for him to show step by step. And he was impressed that like, oh yeah, you're doing everything in front, you're trying this when we are just doing this. Even though I was just trying some random pieces of code from the internet, I was just experimenting some stuff, but he was so impressed that when I showed him my presentation, he was so impressed. He was like, oh, this is so good, this is such a high quality work. Oh, you have so much potential, why are you not doing everything so good? I'm like,
I don't know how to code.
I don't know how to code, and also I'm not that great. I just did random stuff which seemed interesting, but then I didn't have a clue how to do things. In the end, I ended up doing something very basic, but they were impressed, they were happy, and I'm happy because I got a proper mark and it's just fine.
How many times throughout uni have you submitted your coursework like 5 minutes before the deadline?
If not lying, 99%. I think only one coursework I submitted way before.
For me, probably like 50-50 because like at the beginning of uni, I was really keeping on track of everything and I was submitting things sometimes like days before the deadline.
Yeah.
Now I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, now you're waiting for the last minute to like
well,
just something
specifically
quickly.
waiting, but yeah, that kind of happens.
Yeah, it just...
I don't know, now just so much is happening, like so many other things are taking priority in my life.
Well, yeah, you have, it's not just, oh yeah, I need to do my coursework. You have work, you have relationships, you have some problems in your life which you need to solve, and it's just not that easy.
It gets progressively harder.
Yeah. Well, tell more about something bad which happened during our uni.
I mean, group courseworks?
I mean, group coursework, everyone knows that group courseworks are usually the worst.
At the beginning, like the first and I think second year as well, we were actually allowed to choose our own groups.
Yeah.
Which was good because like I chose my friends, not you. I don't think, have we ever done? Oh no, we did one.
Yeah, we
did one together. No, I chose my friends who are actually good at what they do. No, but in reality, like yeah, we separated, we split off into 2 groups.
Yeah, well.
The group that I have this year kicked me out of the group.
And here we are.
Yeah, so
you are your own group now.
Yeah, I'm pretty much doing a solo thing because we had some creative differences.
Yeah, well.
Well, not really. We had like some scheduling issues basically, where my schedules didn't really align with their vision.
Well, yeah, some people just push way too hard on a group project and
like some people really want to, like our deadline is in May. It's currently what, February? Well, end of February, say March, right?
Yeah.
Basically, they wanted to get everything done by now.
Yeah, I mean, it's unproductive. If you're gonna push everything now and then like, oh yeah, now let's sit, chill and just fix mistakes. Yeah,
No, I mean, it's different. It's different from other people. Like some people, that's their workflow and that's how they do it. For me, my January, February was very intense.
Yeah.
With like a lot of personal issues, but like specifically my husband's visa. So I couldn't allocate the time to focus on the coursework as much as they wanted me to. And so yeah, they ended up kicking me out of the group because of that. So
well, now you have the best group you can ever ask for.
Nah, but also, I don't know, our uni is just fun experience in general. Like, I remember in first year, there was this girl who was like in our friend group as well. We went to the library, we all have like ID cards, right? Like all unis have ID cards. And you need to use your ID card to access the printer because you have to pay for the printer. You like put money on your account, you use the ID card to scan in and you print. Do you know this story?
No. Go on.
So we were in the library. It was first year, probably first week of first year. And to be fair, the printer is very misleading. So there is like a screen on it and it says insert card. And it also shows a picture of someone putting a card in a slot, similarly to how you would put like an ATM card in.
I had the same problem.
Yeah, so she basically she couldn't find the hole, so inserted it. So she just like shoved it into the printer and she ended up pushing it through some kind of like crack in the printer so it like fell inside somewhere. What you were supposed to do is you were supposed to swipe the card against the like reader, which again, to be fair, it was misleading. Like it showed a picture of like insert. So yeah, we spent a really long time trying to fish it out of there with like a ruler because like you could sort of like push it out. We could see it very barely, but like we spent a very long time trying to fish it out. We then called the librarian tried to help us fish it out. We sort of disassembled the printer a little bit, but like it was in such a place where you couldn't really disassemble it enough to get in there. But we ended up fishing out a card and it wasn't her card. It was a card of some dude who had already graduated, so like obviously she wasn't the first person to have this happen to her. So yeah, we ended up fishing her card out, which she was very happy about because you had to pay for card replacements. So yeah, that happened. Yeah.
So we got a new building last year, which was completely renovated. We had like a big foyer with 2 glass lifts, which you can clearly see in the middle of the foyer, going through 3 floors. And one day we were sitting in cafeteria, which is like in the middle, in the middle of the foyer, and we were just chatting, talking about projects or something, and we saw that one of the lifts just kind of stopped.
I'm terrified of lifts, by the way.
Yeah.
I now refuse to use those.
I mean, I don't really care, like, it's kind of fun, but the person inside tried to open the lift in every possible way. I think it was stuck between. Yeah, between the third and second floor. They were trying to do that to, basically they called the maintenance. Maintenance was like 40 minutes away, and it happened only after 20 or 30 minutes trying to get the lift working.
And during this time, like, he's essentially in a fish tank. Like, everyone can see inside, and he was alone there.
Yeah, basically.
He started, like, waving to people.
Yeah, he started filming.
Everyone else
we were all filming, like, live news. Someone is stuck in the lift. We had president of the university.
Yeah, the president of the uni came in to speak to him and, like, try and pass him a bottle of water or something.
Yeah. Because, well, basically you're stuck in a lift. Like, yeah, there's air. Yeah, I thought about that. That's probably my biggest fear in a lift, if you need to pee.
And, like, it's so, like, okay, theoretically, as a male, like, you could pee in a bottle.
Yeah, but then, like,
the lift is glass.
Yeah, the lift is glass, 360 view from all the sides. Everyone sees you and everyone is looking at you. So you can't do anything. Just, I mean, for him it was probably annoying and terrifying.
I mean, I would be scared.
I think he was there for 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
When he got out,
like, everyone clapped.
Yeah, everyone clapped.
We were so happy for him.
And the president bought him a coffee.
Oh yeah, because that's
and
then you know what? Like what? The same week I think we were in the same place, and then another lift got stuck.
Oh yeah, literally same week. The next one.
Yeah, the other one.
I have a story from the second year.
Yeah.
When I didn't submit my coursework at all. I
remember this.
Yeah, I got extremely busy because it was Christmas time. I was really busy at work. I was busy trying to do some courseworks because we had like 3 or 4 courseworks at the same time.
Yeah, that was a stressful period.
It's just extremely stressful, and one of the courseworks it required so much time compared with others. And I basically started doing it. I realized it's way too much time. I went for my vacation back to Lithuania, and I just, at some point, something got stuck, something didn't work. I didn't have anyone to ask what's going on, so I just ended up not submitting at all, not even for the late submission. So I had to do the resit for that one. And then I also had another coursework in the second semester, which I didn't submit. Basically, I had like two resits.
Yeah.
Which I had to finish during the summer. So after we received our marks in May, they posted those new courseworks, which are resit courseworks, and I just started looking into them. I obviously couldn't start at the very beginning because I was, again, working a lot. I started procrastinating, I obviously started doing them, and I was kind of stressed because
You were stressing about it the entire summer.
Yeah. Well, basically starting from May, and the August was, I think, the deadline. So I was just stressing about that. I was trying to do this. I think I went for a vacation in end of July. Yeah, end of July. I went to Russia for like 2 or 3 weeks vacation, and I pretty much finished most of the parts. It was just the written part, so just the papers which I had to finish. And I remember just being at the very border where we were being checked by the security guards, and
You were traveling by bus.
yeah, we were traveling by bus, so we were checked by security and everything. And I had my passport prepared. I was just sitting and waiting, but at the same time I was just furiously tapping the keyboard because it was like probably 30 minutes before the submission, and I was still finishing one of my courseworks, and I was just tapping like crazy person. I did like 1,000 words out of 3,000 words. I was just like, no, that's it, I'm done. I saved everything, I submitted last minute, and I was like, yeah, finally, just gonna get it out of my life. And I think 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, I was already in London. I received an email from my tutor, and he said like, oh, you know that your marks were fine, like you should have received a letter which said that you already are in the 3rd year, you didn't have to do those resit courseworks. I was like, what the hell? Like, I literally wasted my entire summer procrastinating, doing courseworks, stressing out.
Yeah, he was stressing the entire summer.
Yeah, it ruined my summer. It generally ruined my summer. I couldn't do anything. I was just stressed out about that. I couldn't relax. I didn't really even enjoy my vacation in Russia 100% because I was thinking about coursework.
Only to find out that you didn't have to do it.
So that's the greatest part of my uni probably, where I had to do 2 courseworks, which I didn't have to do.
Yeah, basically kids only do resits if you're told to do resits.
Oh, I have greatest story.
Don't tell that story.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell that story.
No.
You're just gonna choose later which one sounds better. So, stop laughing, it's not funny. Okay, so, story time.
This is like the worst one of them all.
So, I pretty much got kicked out of uni. And it happened before I'm kind of buffoon, but also because, as I said, our systems are kind of broken. And it all started in the end of December. No, end of November, I think. When I started getting more busy, again, Christmas time, we start Christmas period in a hotel way before Christmas, like middle of November. So you have more shifts, you have very long shifts. And when you finish at 4 a.m., you usually and come back home at 5 a.m. Really can't go to uni at 8 a.m. But for 9 a.m. lecture, you have to wake up at 8 at least.
Yeah, shifts are really messed up in like the service industry. Like,
it's just
difficult to
it's difficult to do something beside the work. So yeah, I was spending a lot of time at work. I didn't...
Which you have to do to pay bills.
Yeah, I have...
Like, it's not that you have a choice.
It's not as if like, oh yeah, I'm choosing work over uni because I want to. No, I have to pay my bills. I have to save some money for, I don't know, for Christmas. I want to give some presents for my friends, for my family. But yeah, and I missed uni. I missed uni a week or 2. Then I went to uni to submit one of the projects. We had a talk with our tutors. like a demonstration. So yeah, I went to uni, and I went to uni next day, but apparently my lecture was cancelled.
Yeah, that was a fun story in and of itself, when we came to uni at 9 a.m. for the first time in a couple of weeks, only to find out there is no lecture.
And the next day, same happened to me, to my own lecture. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah,
like,
second time in a row, that was great.
Like, why? Why would you do that? But okay. And then again, I had a lot of work, and afterwards, I had to go home to Lithuania. And when I went home, after probably a week being there, I received a letter from my tutor saying that, like, you know that you are being withdrawn from your studies. And in 3 days, there is like committee meeting where they're gonna be talking if they gonna take you out of the uni list, and yeah, your studies are finished. And I'm like,
in like the third year.
yeah, the third year, like the middle of the year, like why? And he said like, oh, they send you letters where they said that you have to attend lectures, but you didn't attend the lectures, and if you're not gonna give me a good reason why, I can't defend you in front of the uni. And basically, as I was in Lithuania, it was even more difficult to do something about that, but I ended up getting diagnosed with pneumonia because I was working while being extremely sick, which is also great. But yeah, I could get the papers that I had pneumonia, so I couldn't really do anything because yeah, in reality I was sick, I was going to work, I came home, I just died in my bed. Yeah, that's it, that's my whole day.
You didn't say the best part, the emails.
Oh yeah, the emails which they were sending, they were all in spam folder because somehow my university provided email sent university mails, all of them to my spam folder.
Which is great service.
Which is very like perfect. Especially after they later sent us letter that, oh yeah, we had some phishing scam going on around uni, but...
Which didn't get into spam.
Yeah, which didn't get into spam, but your letters get into spam. And I found all the letters like telling us that, oh, the lecture is cancelled, that you have to attend the uni.
Yeah.
And I found the letter which said, oh, in 10 working days you're gonna be withdrawn from your studies if you don't give us plausible case.
So that was a traumatizing experience.
Yeah, that was super traumatizing. I was so shocked. Even though I could do all that stuff, get the papers, get the translation of the papers in time, and I wasn't withdrawn in the end. It gave me so much stress that I was just
imagine
shocked.
being kicked out of like the last year of studies.
Yeah, imagine just pretty much finishing everything.
Yeah.
And I even submitted, I think, most of my courseworks at that time. And I'm being kicked out because, oh yeah, you didn't attend. I'm like, yeah, I tried to, but you cancelled my lecture.
The lecture.
I'm sorry. Is it my fault now?
And then didn't they say afterwards as well that like because you came to the meeting with your tutor that should have been counted as attendance?
Yeah, I mean,
but
no,
like it didn't.
I talked to my tutor and he said like, oh, it probably should have been counted towards your attendance, but it wasn't.
I think we do have more stories, but I think we're gonna draw it here. If you want to see more of Thomas, we also did 2 other videos which will be linked in the card and also in the description down below. And as always,
yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not with her.